be in the shot.
I feel like you are in the shot. You just take up a lot.
Better in the shot now.
Can you hear me, Mr.
Krabs?
T? Huh?
Can you hear me, Mr. Krabs?
No, Mr. T.
Anybody watch SpongeBob? Can you hear me, Mr. Krabs? Can you hear me, Mr. Krabs? No. That wasn't it. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? That's what it was.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I see the microphone, but ain't nobody responding.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
I feel like my chest too high.
It's very hot here.
Hey, John, you think you can get them to tell us if they can hear us?
By telling them with my words or by telling them with my texts?
There we go. Mr. T can hear us.
Dang.
We need to put the
Here.
I need to share this. Somebody go, let me share this real quick. Share it on Facebook.
It just popped up on my thing. What's it called?
Hey everybody, we on live.
I was about to say you can pull it up and see if
Put the link in that the video Steve posted earlier.
This made me watch it.
Share in the group. Host that. The Healthy Alternative team is here and live in full effect. I don't know how we got everybody on the seat.
it's difficult.
Because we're all too small. We're small now, so
we're all able to squeeze on the seats.
we're all able to squeeze in.
We're just letting a few more people trickle in, everybody. What's going on? Handsome bunch. That's a nice compliment.
Hey,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks. Loud and clear. Yes.
I could do this, Steve, since your head is cut off a little bit.
You're sitting in a big chair. What do you mean?
Man,
I'm
look how
towering
much
over John,
taller
too.
I am than them.
Look how much taller I am than John.
That's like a height.
Look how much shorter I am than them.
John's like a little boy in there.
Also, because I'm slouched over.
You're not slouched, man. You slouched up.
You serious?
Let's switch seats.
What? No.
Oh,
This seat's more comfortable.
I know, man. It looks more comfortable.
Steve's the guest. That's a pretty comfortable seat.
It's not uncomfortable. It's just
And I've mishandled it many times, so you have to bear with it. It's your first time.
wow.
How much time did we take to grow our hair, John?
I've been growing my hair for a year. No, it'll be 2 years in March. So what's that, a year and a half?
2 years in March.
Yeah.
Is that when you officially started?
Yeah.
March, April, January, February, March. I remember I had a haircut in February of 16. 16?
8 months.
No, 17.
17. February of 17, I had a fresh haircut because I interviewed Steve and I went to Delaware to go see him. So I didn't start growing my hair officially until a month after Jonathan.
You've been growing your hair that long?
Yes, we're all related. We're all brothers.
You sure we're all related? Do we look?
I can't see any of those comments.
You can't see them?
Yeah, look
I mean,
at
I
your
can
phone.
see them, but
I can see
your
them.
phone.
I can
use my
see
phone.
them, but I can see.
Use your phone.
They're way
It's
too
so
small
much
trying to
better.
look on it from
My
there.
eyes got better, but they ain't get that good.
Who looks like Kyrie Irving?
John,
I like Kyrie, man. He's a good dude.
how are you?
Guys,
he's not playing.
I got a very special announcement for later on in the live stream. So for all y'all who like to trickle in and then trickle out, you're gonna miss it. I'm gonna wait until we get up to. We need at least 250, 300 people in here before I announce that.
So no trickling. You better get in here. You better stay.
Don't be trickling, because if you have to watch the replay, you don't know when it's gonna get announced, and then
You don't know when.
You're gonna sit here and watch this whole thing.
all over again. But basically, if you guys have heard me talking about a big project I've been working on, a utility I plan on releasing for the group that I believe is going to really, really help us achieve our goals at a more rapid rate and keep us more focused. You've been hearing me talk about that. That's what I'm going to be announcing in more detail today. So, but not right now, though. We only had about 100 people. We need more people than that.
At least 250.
1,000.
Wow.
And we need some likes. Can y'all like? Is it possible to like? I want to see
Can we
some
get
likes,
some likes,
man.
I don't know if you
15.
want.
We only got 15 likes
Can
right
you like?
now.
Yeah, you can like.
Can we get some likes for getting Steve here? Steve's here to chat with y'all today. No trickling.
No trickle. Just come and
no,
stay.
no, Diane, I'm not telling you. Not right now. Starting a water fast. Hey, good luck, Ashley, on your water fast. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it.
They said we want the news now. Can't have it
I
now.
know they want it now. I know they want it now. You can't have it. You can look. Life's not about. You got to be patient. Patience is a virtue, right, Steve?
It is, man. You gotta just. Sometimes you gotta sit back and just wait. Sometimes you have to wait. Most of the time, I'm about action though.
I like getting things done right now.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to wait.
There's beauty in the waiting.
Uh-oh. He's about to get deep.
I'm serious.
Go ahead and get deep, man.
If you allow yourself to just enjoy the thought first, when it finally comes, you're like, this is just how I imagined it. If you rush it, you're like, oh, it might be good. It might not be how you want. Things happen. Things change. If you sit there and just enjoy the possibilities, and then when you get it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I created this.
It's like a baby.
You got a question for us, John? Go ahead, Steve.
What?
Go ahead.
It's like a baby, like John was saying. When you wait, you gotta wait 9 months. You're cooking the baby, you're rubbing your belly, you're singing to it, you're playing music, you're talking to them. And then 9 months later, then bam, now you have a brand new baby. And, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's one of the most beautiful things you'll experience. So that's patience. 9 months.
Steve dropped some eggs on you, some knowledge, some little nuggets.
Did they break when you dropped them?
I just trickled a little eggs on them. You know what I mean?
We got our first question, and I feel like since Steve's here and he's gonna get all excited and hyped, we're gonna go ahead and answer this question. KD said, following you guys for a while, just wanted to know, what do you guys think of? What you guys thought Cole Robinson, aka, what do we think about Cole Robinson, the snake diet? Steve, you familiar with him?
Yeah.
What you think about Cole Robinson?
I'll put it like this. I like the fact that he's number one promoting fasting. That's number one. So, him as a person, I really don't know him or obviously had any interaction with him. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the delivery of the videos. I don't really necessarily like the way that, he speaks. And I find that, other people find that it's, a little hard to stomach. Of course, once again, it is fasting. I don't necessarily like the fact they call it a diet because it's more or less something that's temporary. And, we do try to promote something that's more long-term, of course, for the rest of your life, changing your whole lifestyle in general. And of course, I'm not a fan of, adding anything to your water as well. So, the fact that, it states that you have to like cayenne and,
some type of sodium.
And no salt, things of that nature. I'm not a fan of that. He states don't drink fresh water or, regular water. Pure water. You have to drink, the snake juice, which to me doesn't really make sense because water is good for you. So to not drink regular water, and he literally says don't drink it. It's like, no, you have to drink the snake juice. So that's just my personal opinion. So, but like I said, other than that, man, I like the fact that he's very motivational, and I think that he has a way of breaking through a lot of people's excuses. Once again, I just don't necessarily like the delivery. And I'm not a huge fan of, once again, of course, adding anything to your water. Other than that, though, he's promoting fasting, so how can I be mad at him?
Right, and I agree. I think the fact that he's promoting fasting is a good thing. I just don't like that he promotes this snake diet. I think that's a little gimmicky. I'm not exactly sure why he does that. It could be from lack of knowledge, or it just could be because he needs his own little niche in order to grab people's attention. Let's see. Iris asked, how long does it take to lose 25 pounds water fasting if you're 170? What you weigh currently, the only time you have to really calculate how much you weigh currently is if you're at the low end of your weight spectrum, then you're going to lose weight much, much slower. And you probably shouldn't be looking to lose that much 25 pounds anyway if you're already at the low end. But for your average faster, you're going to lose 2 pounds per day on average And then after 2 weeks of fasting, so if you fast for 14 days and then you decide to keep going, you add another week or 2 more weeks, you're going to see 1 pound per day on average after day 14, because you have what we call a shrink week, where your skin is going to start tightening up. You're going to start pretty much tightening up, and you don't want like loose skin and stuff like that. So you're going to be shrinking a little bit slower. So like if you fast for a month straight, you'll typically lose about 30 pounds. But we have seen, members lose 2 pounds per day throughout an entire month. Typically, that's if you're on the larger side, you'll lose more rapidly and more consistently than if you're on the smaller side.
So somebody asked me a question. It said, where do I live? So I live in Delaware. So I live in the first state on the East Coast.
Don't nobody know that stat.
Hey, man.
The ice cream recipe is available on Patreon right now. I am going to be releasing a YouTube version recipe next week. If you're on Patreon, you would have already got it. You already got it. But you didn't want to be on Patreon. You don't want to support me on there, so that's fine. I'm still going to give it to you.
So someone asked if I have any loose skin. I do not have loose skin. The only thing, I'm still losing weight, so I still have fat, but I don't have loose skin. So, you can see my arm. Sorry, I don't mean that. My bad. You know what I mean? You can see my arm, it's pretty tight. I still got a little fat there, but it's not loose. So, you've been flexing. Look at that cut right there, boy. Look at that cut. Sorry, just joking.
Ooh, he got some cuts coming.
Yeah, there's some cuts coming. You know what I'm saying? But I've lost almost 170 pounds. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have loose skin. I'm still losing weight. I still have fat in certain areas that I need to lose, but obviously anything far from loose skin. So good question.
Very good question.
Ariel?
Yeah.
Ariel, I just wanted to speak to you real quick, since you said, you feel like you've hit rock bottom.
Siobhan's on. Oh, sorry.
Come on, man. In your personal life. And I think, I guess you're maybe more inspired by Steve's situation, where Steve, that's something weird about that. Just blow a kiss to him.
What, man? I'm saying, man, it's love, man. Listen, I share my love, man. I just give it to y'all.
There you go.
Whether you like it or not, you're going to take this love. You're going to take this love. Listen here.
Whoa.
Sorry. I got the hat on, man. It turned me into a...
There's too much
back.
Come
on, man. I like it.
You don't know how to,
now I feel naked. I look different now.
Hey, look, keep your head up, man. It definitely gets better. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, with fasting and everything like that, one of the great things about fasting is you do get that very rich emotional detox that comes along after you've been consistent with fasting and changing your diet. And I promise you, no matter what you're going through, whether it's a loss of a loved person or a relationship or, whatever else you got going on, it will help strengthen you. And I don't know, it's something about fasting. It's a beautiful experience. So just keep at it, man. Keep your head up. You'll be all right.
Oh man.
OMG Mocha asks, hey guys, is it possible to die from starvation with fat stores left, considering the person has no health issues? Okay, so the thing about starvation, it's different from fasting, okay? The main difference I would say is that fasting is something that you do intentionally. So, hey, I'm fasting. I'm not eating on purpose. You're starving is when you want to eat, but you can't. And I think that you can die from starvation because there's the thought that if I don't eat, I will die. Therefore, your brain will give you the result that you have in your mind. Your brain is very powerful. So, and that's why if you know the difference, then you'll be okay if you don't have food, because you're like, I fast all the time, or if you're new to it or whatever. But, I fast, so I know that I can go without food for an indefinite amount of time. But if you don't know that and you think that you need food to sustain life, then you will perish because you think that you need to have food in order to stay alive. So
I'm going to add something onto that.
Sure.
So one of the things that I like to study is I like to study history. And one of the things that you'll see in history, of what we're taught about history, is in the during World War II, you have you had people that were basically starved, and there's a reason that you'll see pictures and things of that nature of those people that looked like basically skin and bones, other than someone that is fasting. If you look at someone that's fasting, and you can have someone that is just fast and fast and fast and fast, and they're never going to look like that. One of the biggest reasons is because the body goes into starvation mode, quote unquote, when it's only is receiving a small amount of food. So basically when you're giving it, you're giving it, food, and it doesn't have the ability to actually switch gears and start running off of fat stores. That's when your body will start breaking itself down, and it can start to then, you have those issues where people talk about body eating itself, things of that nature. That's when that happens. I believe they were given anywhere from 400 to 500 calories of food per day, and that's all they were given. And then that's why you start seeing them lose all the muscle mass. You start seeing them, lose everything, because they never had a chance to actually switch over from burning the food they were eating to actual fat as a form of fuel. So that is why you would see them, or that type of person particularly, die of fasting. Or I'm sorry, die of starvation.
There you go.
My bad. So I apologize.
Be careful.
No, starvation. But then you have people out there as like breatharians who sustain themselves without food or water over an extended amount of time, and they look very healthy people. You would never know they would be fasting. And those are people you can look up, and they don't look like skin and bones. They look like very healthy people. And you'll see a lot of like monks and things that live like higher in the mountains, and with really clean air, and they'll live for a very long time, and they are breatharians. So fasting itself won't kill you.
Why can't we take a shower when we dry fast? You can. Some people choose to do hard dry fast where you don't touch any water, or you could do a soft dry fast. But the reason why water affects your dry fast at all is because you absorb about a cup or two of water in a typical shower. Speaking about Americans, okay, and your typical American takes I'm not exactly sure how long the shower is, what the average is. I just know the stat is there's a cup of water or 2 cups of water that you absorb, and that water is typically toxic.
Do Americans take longer shower than other people?
Probably.
That probably sounds.
There's people. I know there's other countries they don't even take showers every day. It's just that's their culture. So yeah, we're very wasteful. I'm sure we use the most. We probably do the most showers.
I actually did a hard dry fast the other day on accident.
That's interesting.
Well, it was actually 2 days. What ended up happening is I was already dry fasting. And then what I ended up doing is that I woke up late for work. So I just literally got up, got dressed, and left, and continued my dry fast. And then it just so happened to be I did it again the second day. So I actually hard dry fasted for 2 days on accident. So interesting enough. I told myself I would never do it, but it happened on accident.
Hard dry fast?
Hard dry fast.
Quickly, they were asking, what do we eat? Okay, like, I guess, what do we eat and what time do we eat? John, you want to start?
I eat whenever I feel like it. If it's 5 a.m. and I want something to eat, I'm going to eat it. If it's 12 midnight and I want something, I'm going to eat it. I don't have a time. Also, I eat mostly plants. And fruit. And yeah, that's mostly what I eat.
Me personally, I fast a lot, so I'm still working on my diet in particular. Still in the process of trying to get 100% alkaline, but pretty much me as well. So I don't eat breakfast at all. So I never eat breakfast. Typically, what I'll do is I will have something at lunchtime, like at work. So my lunchtime, because I work a late second shift, so I don't even start work until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I'm up in the morning and, I get ready, I go to work, and my lunchtime isn't until probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the time, I will skip lunch, but sometimes I'll have something at lunch, and then I will then make my normal meal at dinner time, which is usually like 1, 2 in the morning. That's just my personal schedule due to work. So that's me.
I don't ever eat breakfast,
I
and
don't ever eat.
I stopped eating a long time ago, guys. I never eat breakfast, and usually I'm usually going to eat lunch around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. On days where I don't work, I usually eat a lot later, just because you go to work, you go to lunch at a certain time every day, and I cook 5 times out of the week, 4 or 5 times out of the week. I eat a 80% alkaline diet. So that just means natural fruits, grains, vegetables, nuts, etc. That's why I came up with the ice cream recipes, because I was missing ice cream and I hadn't had it in a while. So I wanted to get together a ice cream recipe that mimicked what I was used to, which was dairy ice cream. And I'm very, very happy with how that turned out. So be looking forward to that coming out soon. I'm a very strong believer in, if you eat alkaline foods, natural foods, you can eat them in whatever quantity that you want, as long as your digestion is good, because you'll process that out. So basically, if you eat a lot, you're just going to be on the toilet a lot, So, and after I did my last 2 fasts, I noticed my digestion improved. So if I eat a lot in a day, I'm going to be on the toilet a lot, which is good. You want all that stuff coming out. John, you got a good question. Go ahead.
Yay. Someone asked, her name is Sherry. Hi, Sherry. 2 weeks on OMAD, no weight loss. Why? Okay. So here's the thing. I did OMAD before when I very first started this journey. It was actually right before I started this journey. Now, when I was eating OMAD, I ate a lot of vegetables, and I had like quinoa or something. And I was losing like, half a pound every other day or something like that. It was slow, but it worked. So my thing is, when you're doing OMAD, you have to make sure that you're OMADing something that is still good. You can't have hamburgers once a day, because I don't think you'll have success. Because I've done OMAD before plenty of times in my life by accident before I knew what it was. I'd be like, oh, I had, I made spaghetti tonight. And then I had, 2 bowls of spaghetti, and I was like 250, 260 pounds for months and years. I never lost weight, and I didn't eat a lot, but I still maintained that heavy weight. So you have to basically make sure you're eating things that are good. So, now, let's say you are eating something, because I can't see if you have follow-up questions on here. If you are eating something good, like, you're eating a lot of fruits and veggies and stuff, then you may just want to try a fast, because some people have health issues going on while they're fasting, and they don't lose weight, because your body is in a state of healing.
She's
and when it's,
She's vegan.
Sure. Okay, you're vegan. Now, are you a vegan that eats Oreos?
High carb vegan.
High carb vegan? Okay, so that's high carb vegan, meaning you eat a lot of rice and stuff, probably. Because I did a thing where I ate rice when I was trying to be vegan, and I didn't lose any weight. I ate rice, I ate pineapples, I was eating vegan, but I ate rice and I didn't lose any weight. I did it for like 2 weeks, and I was just like, vegan is stupid. This doesn't work. That's what I thought. But I was eating a lot of rice.
Such as whole food plant-based.
Whole food plant-based?
Listen, if you feel like you're doing all the right things and you're not losing weight with one meal a day, you probably are backed up. Mm-hmm. You probably haven't always been vegan, So you probably want to start switch over to doing some flushes, do some liver and gallbladder flushes, maybe do some enemas, things like that, because you can build up a large amount of plaque around your organs. Also, I'd be curious to know, is she having a weight issue? Is that what she was saying?
She hasn't lost any weight. So
you're looking to lose weight. So if you were able to gain weight, that means that at some point in time you were consuming something that wasn't optimal, whether it was food, or whether it was drink, or whether it was vaccines or beauty products. You have to look at your overall consumption. It's not always just about what you're putting in your mouth directly that you would consider food. Chewing gum, can cause problems in your system. There's a lot of things that we may do that we don't think about that can cause problems in our system. If you're not seeing is going to work for you as well. I mean, when you do those liquid fasts, you're going to lose weight, period. You might not lose as fast. You know, we always talk about averages and people think that's in stone. Everyone's different. Sometimes people only lose 1 pound a day through their fasts. It doesn't matter, but you will lose weight for sure.
But she loves rice.
She
She eats a lot of rice. So you want to.
I'm just reading. I'm just trying.
You gotta tone down because I ate rice too. I mean, rice is good, but it swells up in you. It's just try quinoa instead. Quinoa is it's an extremely good grain. It's a natural alkaline grain. When I eat quinoa, it all comes out the next day, and your poops look kind of funny, you know. But it's just like, oh, that's quinoa. I could tell that's all quinoa right there. Or like green peppers and mushrooms and stuff. I see that too, but I just know how it looks now. Hey man, you gotta be honest. Your poops look different.
Keep it real, man.
Your poops look different. So I would say, Sherry, cut out the rice completely. Just cut out the rice completely just for a little bit, even just for a couple of weeks, and replace it with quinoa and do OMAD and see how it works. Also, somebody asked, what's the best water to drink? Distilled spring water or tap water? Distilled water. Just it's pure water. That's all you need.
Pure water, but I take it a step forward. Sun water. Sun water is
water.
You didn't put sun water on your list. Sun water is the best water to drink.
And let me just take it a little step further. Energized sun water. That's really the best water to drink.
Well, when you put your energy into it.
Yeah, man, we gotta put your
sun
energy
doesn't
into
energize.
it.
I thought that's
it does, but you know, I guess that's another.
You're talking about structured.
Yeah,
structured.
Yeah.
There's levels to this.
I'm gonna be talking about structured, energized sun water. Coming up here, I've been doing some tests. I've been testing some products around the house, and I can tell you I have seen some noticeable differences in my body and things. Somebody asked me, they said, Chris, have you seen improvement with your man issues? I think you might have been mistaken. Ariel, he asked, I think you might have been mistaken me with John. Me and John did a segment where he was talking about that. And yes, he's seen John. Well, John, you could tell him.
Yes, I've seen massive.
Wow!
Massive improvements.
So
yeah, we could definitely fix that for you. So don't even worry about that, man.
Hey, man, you gotta be so animated with it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Give it to him.
It's where everything's in working order.
Everything's in working order.
Wow. Somebody asked me if I really lost 170 pounds. The answer is yes, I did.
Watch the video. Me and Steve have a video. It came out in 2017, around February, I would think, around February 2017. I think it's titled "How I Started Off at 350," something like that. Like I
look it up right
I
now.
started off. He'll look it up, but it's like I started off at 350. Go look at the video. It's Steven. You can tell that's him.
Man, people think that they think I'm lying all the time. Like people will be like, "That's not you, bro. That's not you."
Oh, on the video?
Yeah.
Wow.
I get it all the time.
That's hilarious.
I think that's a little extreme to say that's not you. It looks like you to me.
Well, you're my brother.
Can you do apple cider vinegar with water fasting? Yeah, you can. You could do juice with water fasting. You could do herbs and spices, and you could do food with water fasting, but that's not real water fasting. And I'm not trying to make fun, but I get a lot of questions asking if you could put something with water fasting. No, you can't put anything with water fasting. Water fasting is what it's called, water fasting. It's water only, and that's it. Juice fasting would be juice and water, and then dry fasting is no liquids at all. Now, would it be beneficial to do a water fast with apple cider vinegar and instead of eating? Yes. Yeah, if you're going to do water fasting and add apple cider vinegar, it's still going to benefit you. Is it optimal? No, it's not optimal. I really talk about what's optimal, and that's what I focus on. That's one of the reasons why I said I'm not really a fan of the snake diet, because it adds things to it to make the fast easier. And if that's what you need to do to make the fast easier for you to complete your fast, do that. But we usually talk about the optimal fasting, because that's going to give you the best results, the quickest results. But if you need to do apple cider vinegar, go ahead and do it. I would suggest doing fresh squeezed juice. I think that's a much better option than apple cider vinegar. But hey, that's on you. It's your journey. Do whatever you feel is best for you. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you can and can't do on your health journey. Okay, we're just here to guide. We're not here to tell you yes and no and whatever. But if you ask for guidance, we'll give it to you, and we'll tell you the best thing we can tell you for that time and for your situation.
Indeed.
Just
whoa, there he is.
That's him.
There he is.
That's me.
Chris.
Look at me. I'm
Look how
bigger.
chubby Chris
Look how
was.
I was way bigger.
That's probably 20.
Oh, that's
Before you.
that's like 30 pounds heavier, maybe.
Yeah,
more.
30 pounds.
Yeah, the name of the video is I started water fasting at 355 pounds. But that's when I started water fasting. I was up over 375 when I actually started losing weight. And then I started water fasting at 355.
And that's when things just went crazy.
Hooray!
All right. I saw the number of views spike up to 230. I figure it's time to go ahead and drop the announcement.
Oh, we can drop it.
Drop down and get your.
I'm about to drop the announcement. I don't know where the chat went all of a sudden.
There it is.
There it is.
All right, guys. So check this out. A couple months ago, Steve did a video where he was fasting and he was just talking about, what he was going through, and he had some notes. Okay. And he was dropping little nuggets and stuff for you guys. You guys loved it, right?
There's a video right here.
I got inspired by the fact that other people, when Steve told people, hey, go grab your notebook, write everything down, And I noticed people were like, yeah, I got my notebook. And I was inspired. I said, I use a journal too. John uses a journal as well. And multiple. I mean, I've been using journals since 10 years ago. That's a big gap. 7 years ago, I probably started using journals, maybe 8. But anyway, I decided to design a healthy alternative notebook. And not only is it just a journal with like a calendar and stuff in it, I've added a whole bunch of extras that are specific to us and our group and our journey. So if you're new to water fasting or looking to improve your health journey or keep yourself really focused, I have guides in there for how to water fast. I've got guides in there for how to do the liver flush. I have little recipe guides in there, as well as, like a monthly calendar. And I've got places for you guys to record your weight loss. So if you want to do a graph, or if you want to draw, or if you just need a whole bunch of space to just write your thoughts out. Like I spent a lot of time and effort and energy putting this together, working with the company I've been working with. And it's a beautiful notebook. It's got almost 200 pages in there. So you'll be able to use it all year long, no problem. I let Steve and John look at the samples. I don't have the finished product sample to show you guys today. I won't have those until October. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put up an announcement when I get it all set up. I'm going to be setting up pre-orders for it. Now, this was a huge investment out of my own pocket for this. And because I wanted to keep the price as low as possible, while also I want it to be a nice quality product for you guys. I don't want it to just be the run-of-the-mill notebook that you can go down to Staples and buy. So it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys know me. I'm not. I'm keeping 100%. It was a huge investment. Okay. So we're gonna be doing pre-orders from probably the first week in September, which is next week, up until the end of September, first week in October. And the pre-orders we're looking for 350 pre-orders. That's what we need. So the first 350 people who order it, I'm going to do a discount for you guys. I'm going to be doing 15% off. The notebooks are going to be $35. So you're going to be getting 15% off if you pre-order between September 1st and the first week in October. I haven't decided the cutoff date yet, but that's going to be for the first 350 people. All right. So I'll be
349. I'm about to pre-order mine. Right
yeah,
now.
Steve and John have both been really excited, and I'm going to add a picture. I'll try to add a little picture of it. I don't have a picture of the actual notebook, so it's just like a 3D mock-up. So, but I'll add that so you guys can have an idea of what it looks like. I've got the beautiful logo designed on the front, and I've got my famous quote on the back: "The application of knowledge is power." So you guys should enjoy that one. Take it away, boy.
It pops. That's why I got it red. Oh, that was the question. I was just stating.
Hey man, you can find a question, man. I'm excited about those notebooks, man. Because if you guys saw that video, it got a lot of attention, and especially for just a video of me just kind of on my phone, just recording something, just sitting in my backyard, just absorbing a little sun energy. I got a lot of attention. A lot of people, really enjoyed it, and I know that a lot of people really began to use their notebooks or their journals or whatever they were using. And it's a great way to really, once again, keep your focus off of the fast itself, which is one of the things that, you guys have heard me say, a couple times in the past, but it's something that a lot of people, really don't they really don't do because it's difficult. So, what you do is you'll be able to use your notebook to then keep your focus on other things, as in not your weight. You can keep your focus on, not food. Start focusing on other parts of your life. I don't know when, but we're going to probably do a video at some point where I'm going to tell you guys all the non-weight loss things that have been happening in my life. And it has been absolutely insane. Just kind of, I'll give you some backstory or, and then kind of where I'm where I'm at, but there's a lot that, that fasting and, this whole journey will do for you that has nothing to do with weight loss. Absolutely nothing. I mean, and it's health in general is physical, mental, financial, spiritual. And we focus so much on the physical because obviously that's, what we see, that's the physical. But guys, man, I'm telling you, man, when you get that, you start changing things and your mental, you start getting healthy mentally. You're just going to start to get healthy financially, and you don't even have to go get a second job or do this or do that. You start thinking differently and you start putting things in places and doing different things, and everything will change. Like, I'll have to explain it later. I'm getting excited. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, everything will change. And so all of that stems from writing things down, putting things in the notebook. And thanks, man. Give me a shot, man. And using, you're gonna be able to use that notebook to focus on other things other than fasting. Like fasting, obviously do it, but while you're doing it, keep your mind on something completely different. And I guarantee you that, number one, the energy, the manifestation that you're going to be able to have while you're fasting and you're focused on these things is going to be crazy. Number one. Number two, you're going to be able to fast a little longer. You won't be thinking about it as much. And when you're not thinking about it, you're not going to feel the hunger, or if you're dry fasting, you're not going to feel the thirst. So these are all things that the notebook is going to really allow you to really go through. And I'm excited. Like I said, you got 349 because I'm already getting mine. I'm probably going to buy a couple, probably do a couple giveaways or something. Maybe.
Do some giveaways.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
John's going to buy a couple too and do some personal giveaways.
Yeah.
Look at John.
Hey, man,
Listen,
I just want y'all to know, like, these things, I don't just get them. I'm just like y'all. I'm investing. So when I say I'm going to buy 5, I'm not just going to get 5 and just give them away. I'm literally going to buy them. So, we're going to have a couple, we'll have some competitions. Maybe, we're going to do, I don't know. I already know that's my plan.
Yeah, we're going to have fun with them because, like I said, it's a tool that's going to help boost not just fasting. Like Steve said, outside of fasting. Real quick, this is water. This is not beer or wine.
Oh, people talking about it?
Yeah. Man.
We were out all day today, and Chris walks around with this bottle. Show him the bottle again. Chris walks around with this bottle, and everyone's like, "Oh, what you got in there? So you got your special little, you know what I'm saying, something in there." I'm like, dude, come on. It's just water. But it looks like wine.
I'm also going to be signing the notebooks. Yeah, somebody asked. This is just a soft release, but I'm going to be signing the notebooks, and I'll be, giving you guys a little bit more details and stuff when I set up the pre-orders. But yes, you'll get my signature, and you're going to get 15% off. John, you had a good question.
Well, there's like a couple of questions in here.
I know.
Go ahead,
we've been going off for a little bit.
Y'all have been going off for a
Pick
lot
a couple. Let's get a couple Let's
Come
do some
on,
rapid
man.
fire, man.
Okay,
Rapid
first
fire.
of all, somebody had asked, just in a short version, how do you lose all the weight? Water fasting. That's it. There's no trick. Just water fast and you will lose the weight. Steve, you lost all the weight by doing water fasting,
Water
right?
fasting.
Water fasting, dry fasting mix. You'll lose the weight. That's it. There's no trick. You don't need to exercise. You'll lose the weight. Done. Someone asked, I think it was Mr. T, asked about your mother and diabetes. She doesn't have time. She's never detoxed or something like that. Even if she's never fasted before, all she has to do, if she would have just changed her diet, I'm assuming she's a carnivore, omnivore, you eat anything, just stop eating meat. Start off, just stop eating meat for, a week or two, and then only eat fruits and vegetables, that next week or two, and then start on a water fast. That's a good way to ease into the process and slowly start the detox, like a drip feed detox, and that'll ease the process a little bit. And then there was another one. Oh crap, where'd it go? I had it.
Yes, I'm going to be doing water bottles, healthy alternative water bottles as well, guys. I just need to recoup some of the money from these notebooks. Go ahead, John.
Yes. Oh, also another one. Can age be a factor in fast results? Age is a factor in the way that, let's say, for instance, let's say I'm 20, right? I'm 20, but I've been obese from like 15 to 20. Now that weight that I gained during that time is only 5 years. The longer you have, fat or something sitting on your body, the older it gets, the more it solidifies. It hardens or just whatever. So you'll notice that the newer stuff, the newer things that you have that are on your body that you don't want there, that stuff that usually comes off first. And the stuff that's older takes a little bit longer. So if you're 65 years old and you've been overweight for the last 30 years of your life, it may take a little while because the fat isn't the issue. That's the symptom. And that's just one of the most outwardly symptoms that you notice. But that's one of the most outwardly symptoms, but there are other symptoms that come along with it. So after a while, your body's going to, it's going to handle the things that are more important first. Losing the weight isn't the most important thing at a certain point. Our mother at one point had an issue going on, and when she started her first fast, she didn't lose any weight for like the first 5 days, and she was fasting.
Yep.
She didn't lose any weight, and it wasn't until she broke the crest, like day 6 or something, she start to see it more consistently come off. But also her health issue resolved itself. So age doesn't play a factor in, if I'm 60 years old, then I can't lose weight. But it does play the factor in if I've had this issue for extended period of time, then it may address the health issue, the deeper health issue first before it gets to the weight loss, which is aesthetically displeasing to us, but there's more deeper issues that can be affecting it. So
yeah, remember, fat is not your enemy, okay? Fat is the body's intelligent response to overtoxification. The fat becomes a barrier and actually protects you. You can get outwardly fat and you can get internally fat, which is the really dangerous stuff because you're really sick and you don't know it. That's why you've got these athletic guys who look really good, abs are popping, muscles just bulging from their chest, and they die of a heart attack at 60 years old, right? Because they're fat inward. Like you can have fat around your heart and your major organs and things like that. And you keep eating McDonald's. I mean, I remember guys, man, I eat McDonald's all the time. Look at me, I'm shredded. Yeah, you are, but I wonder how much fat you have around your heart, right? The fat is going to be a buffer to protect you from that overtoxification. So, yeah, Steve, did you have one? I got one.
Yeah, somebody asked about like chest fat and gynecomastia. I don't ever know how to say it. Yeah, that is it takes a long time. It is once again, that's one thing that I'm still working on. Still have fat in that area. So to answer that question, and I know it's a very specific question. Some of you are like, "What are you talking about?" But it's basically a hormonal imbalance that happens in men where they gain more chest fat than normal. So the answer to the question is yes, it does help, but it does take time. So, and once again, it's something I'm still continuing to work on myself.
It's a hormonal thing, and doing the liver flushes will aid in that. So if you haven't started doing the liver flushes, do the liver flushes because your hormones they'll be easier to get back in balance. So it's more than just fasting.
Shout out to the super chats. I've seen a few of y'all super chatting. I appreciate that. Conscious living. I'm gonna make sure your journal gets out there early. I ain't gonna say you're gonna be the first one to get it, but I'm gonna make sure you get your journal. I'm gonna sign it extra smooth for you. But shout out to all the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. There were no other questions attached to the other super chats, but I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out Siobhan, man. She's in this chat going ham. So I appreciate you going in there, because it can be difficult to read everything and then still, want to pay attention to everybody, make sure we get all the questions answered. So definitely shout out to you. Appreciate you going through.
Love you, sis.
Helping to answer some of these additional questions or secondary questions after we may start talking about them and then move on to another subject. So appreciate you. Love you.
Does fasting heal fatty liver disease? Yeah, it definitely does. Fatty liver disease. I would do a combination of the liver flush and fasting if you're dealing with specifically fatty liver disease.
I know someone who's dealing with that, and he's doing intermittent fasting, and he actually with doing intermittent fasting and changing his diet, he switched to like a more Mediterranean diet. So the Mediterranean diet, I forget exactly what it is, but it cuts out a lot of stuff. It's very close to like a vegetarian diet, but he does intermittent fasting in a Mediterranean diet. And he recently went back to the doctor, and his doctor said, "Oh yeah, your fatty liver's getting a lot better." So I think he's lost like 20 pounds. He's not in the group or anything. He's just one of my personal friends. But just from talking to me, it's something that he's been doing. So I didn't mean to hijack your question.
No, you're good.
I had a personal experience.
No, that's
with
good.
it,
That's
so,
what we need, man.
Yeah. So it does, specifically a fatty liver.
Yeah, absolutely. And people have questions like that, very specific question, and that's fine. There are things you can do to accelerate certain healing processes. I would do a alkaline diet. It's going to be better than the Mediterranean diet.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about eating mostly watery fruits. And intermittent fasting will be great, especially because you can do the liver flush every 3 weeks as well. And I mean, it wouldn't take you long to knock that fatty liver disease out, honestly.
Somebody said, "What's a liver flush?"
Oh, I'm sorry. The Andreas Moritz liver flush. I've done a few videos on it. It basically is you get what's called bile stones in your liver. Your liver's like a spider web, and it's just have all these little veins. And the bile that flows through it is very important. I think doctors don't really view it as important as it really is, but it gets all clogged up and gunked up from the toxicity in our body, and the bile doesn't flow properly, and so it starts causing issues all throughout the body because the liver is the organ that cleanses the body. So it's a very important organ. It's one of the biggest organ as far as like cleansing and stuff goes. Obviously the lungs, and there's other organs that do that as well. But I'm just saying, like, you want to make sure your liver's in very good working order. So the amazing liver gallbladder flush by Andreas Moritz is what we're talking about.
Somebody said they want to take Chris to Honduras and spoon feed him.
Not spoon feed him, but spoon him.
Spoon him fruit. You want to go to Honduras, man?
I used to want to go to Honduras back when I was really researching Sabi. He's got his little his little deal down there in Honduras. I'm really looking to go to Costa Rica right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony.
Somebody want to answer that question?
No.
Okay.
He knows that I know that he said it. He's going to say his name on stream.
Let's see.
How do you donate? Are you talking about the super chat? Super chat it looks like a little dollar bit. I don't know, dollar sign
like down on the right-hand corner.
Down bottom right-hand corner. You hover over it, just says super chat. If you push it, it will make your comment really big, and we can see it super easy. So if you guys have questions that we've missed or whatever, it's like $2 to do a super chat, and you can donate as much as you want, but we'll see it and we'll answer any super chat we see if you ask a question with it. You can also donate on healthyalternative.org. I've got a donate tab there. And then I also have Patreon where you can join and you get rewards for pledging. So,
hey, Wade from UK. I do think, so you asked if fasting can help heal prostate issues. I do think it can help with prostate issues. I know your prostates they swell up, right? They swell. So anytime we're dealing with swelling or inflammation or anything like that, fasting, it fixes it because you're not putting anything in your body, and your body has a chance to address issues that it is dealing with. So although I don't have any prostate issues myself or anything like that, I'd be confident in saying that it would fix it relatively quickly because just what the body does. And if it's just swelling or inflammation like that, I mean, your body can get rid of inflammation very quickly just by fasting anyway, just whether it's there or anywhere else in the body. So I think it can help for sure.
Yeah, any type of inflammation, I would throw some dry fasting in there as well.
Yeah.
Dry fasting, it really works quickly with inflammation, especially. Just as some rules of thumb, or as a rule of thumb, I don't know how many thumbs I got. You want to look at reducing your intake of processed foods, refined sugars, milk, like dairy products and meats. Okay, that includes fish. You want to reduce those things as much as possible, especially if you're dealing with a major health issue like a prostate issue or a cancer or something like that. And then also you want to be drinking water. You want to be drinking pure water. If you haven't seen my video on how to sun energize your water, I would highly suggest doing that. I know it doesn't sound like much, but the sun is information and water is a crystal, and the sun transfers information to the water crystal, which then speaks to your body and does some crazy stuff and you get healed. But no, seriously, I've gone into more detail about how that all works in another video or in a couple of different videos. And I'll be rehashing some of those topics to explain it to you guys a little bit better. But for now, since we're just on this, quick thing, drink some water, man. Put your sun outside for, a couple hours a day. Put your water outside in a clear glass container for a couple hours a day, and it will make a difference. Hey, John, can you give Steven the cowboy hat?
Look who said
Well, who said that?
Steve Michael wants to know if John can give Steve. John, you got to answer the chat. John?
Yeah, I got an answer. No.
You heard it here first.
I had to wind up for that.
You heard it here first. Hey, we're answering the question. We didn't say we're going to guarantee we're going to do it. Another super chat. Oh, go ahead.
So somebody they asked it twice, so I missed it the first time. So someone asked, did people start treating me differently when I lost all the weight? So the simple answer to that is yes. It's a very complicated answer because I started treating them differently as well. So once again, when you're fasting, you're not just changing, the physical, you're changing the mental as well. So I started cutting off a lot of people around me, and I started changing kind of the things that I do. So also changing the things that I do, I started attracting different types of people. So the things that I did previously in the past, people would then not want to hang out with me because they're like, oh, you don't party with us anymore. I'm like, well, I'm just trying to chill out. I'm doing other things. Or it's like, oh, we don't do this anymore. It's like, well, I'm changing. Some people, it's 2018. So people are like, oh, you're acting different. You're being different. Yes, I am. I'm a different person. So doing that, people definitely treated me different. Not just that. I mean, I started being treated different by, I guess, women. Women. So
Let's be honest.
yeah, I guess you gotta just be honest, man. So I see definitely a big difference in the way that I'm treated in that respect. So and that just in general. I mean, people. I don't know. It's weird. People in general, I feel like they just were nicer to me. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know, they felt that I was more attractive, so now they just are, they just are nicer. I don't know, but I kind of attribute it to the change in my energy. So I'm just attracting, different types of things coming to me. But there was definitely a difference in the way that people treated me, and also the way I treated them. And if you're a guy or a girl, you're going to definitely see a big difference in the way that the opposite sex treats as well, or the same sex if that's your about. But
well, Okay, Blue Sky asked if nobody's answering. Spring water and faucet water okay to drink? Okay, faucet water if you can avoid it. Just never do it. Spring water is better than faucet water by far, but you want to drink distilled water if you can, or energized distilled water. So there you go. Sorry it took so long, but we can't, But now Jose Salinas, you mentioned being backed up and faster bowel movement once you were properly digesting food. Will your body eventually cleanse its own colon after enough water fasting? That's difficult to say because at this point, I'm like, 2+ years into fasting, and my digestion is a lot better now. But, even 6 months ago when I was eating, I'll try only eating alkaline foods for, a couple of weeks, and I was noticing that I was still getting bloated or backed up. So it's hard to, and that's when I'm fresh off of fasting. Like I was fasting like a madman. So it's really hard to say. Water fasting may, but because it might, because I noticed after my last 21 or 23 day fast, I was having bowel movements, and I had one where my stomach was really hurting, and a lot of the gunk, the black tar like stuff that's on the edge of your, the walls of your intestines, that stuff was coming out. And then on the last 10 day I had that same experience, but it was on like day 6. So that seems like my body was getting better at cleaning the stuff out. So it may actually help you get to that point, but it's probably going to take a while. And I think there's better ways to do it. One of those things, obviously water fasting is great, but if you're going to do like a colonic while you're on a water fast, and that'll help to speed up that process as well. So I think water fasting will definitely do it, but it might take a few years. So depending on how fast you want it to happen.
So we had a question. Why are doctors? This was a super chat. I'm gonna make sure to get all y'all super chats, so don't worry. Why most doctors are against water fasting? Doctors are against water fasting because they've been educated to believe that it's bad for you. Period. It's that simple. Doctors, just like anybody else who's gone through your typical Western medical system, have been educated to believe certain falsehoods. That's why I've spoke about how these are foundational issues. The reason why I don't really trust the mainstream medical system is not because of individuals all being in on some super conspiracy to keep us sick. It's because there's a fundamental problem with our educational system, and that's going to corrupt all of the research we do, period. So whereas fasting is an ancient practice that is something that has been done worldwide for hundreds and thousands of years, now, all of a sudden, recently, we've been taught that it's bad for you. And we have one experiment. I think it's called the Philadelphia experiment, or the Missouri, I don't know, Mississippian experiment, whatever the experiment with the Navy. I think it was with the Navy.
Yeah.
That was the only experiment that was done because it's, it's cruel and blah, 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 whatever. And it was a starvation experiment. It wasn't even a fasting.
They weren't even
experiment.
fasting. They were starving them.
So there's no proper research on it because that's how they want it. They want to make sure we don't understand it. And like I said, it's not individual doctors who are doing this. This is a systemic issue. And at the end of the day, we have to do our own research and trust, what we're feeling or what we're experiencing. There's too much evidence that proves that fasting is good for you for someone to say that it's not. And so if someone says it's not good for you, 9 times out of 10, they've had zero experience fasting. And that's the reason they say that. Another super chat. I'm gonna just knock this out real quick. Do we recommend coffee enemas? Someone else asked about coffee enemas earlier. Coffee enemas, what the coffee does is it stimulates the intestines to contract and expand, or whatever it is that they're doing. It causes them to release fecal material. So a lot of people like using them because it's very effective. It will get a lot of the poop out. You know what I mean? The problem is overusing it because it's causing your body to have a reaction. Okay, so there's a lot of people who like doing the enemas all the time. The reason you like doing the enemas all the time is because you're constantly backed up. So I'm very, very big on nipping the core issues in the bud. If you're constantly backed up, then we need to be looking at somewhere, not like coffee enemas and doing the enemas all the time is kind of like a treatment. It's kind of like temporary relief. You may be having problems because of you're eating the wrong stuff. Maybe you think you're eating the right things and you're not. The more sensitive I become, the healthier I become, the more I see what I can and can't eat. My body just tells me, if I eat cheese now, it will back me up. I'll get a pimple and my skin breaks out, and I can just tell it's not good for me, So that's the best I could say. Guys, did you have some more questions? I'm waiting for this next super chat.
Yeah. So it was another question by Joe. He said, "Hey, on my water fast, I've lost 12 pounds. I'm drinking plenty of water. However, no inches have changed anywhere. Thanks for everything." So, I mean, as of right now, I mean, I don't know where you're starting at as far as your starting weight, or how long you've been fasting. But you can lose 12 pounds, and it's not necessarily you're going to see inches or anything change. It once again just depends on where you're at. If you are towards the beginning of your weight loss journey, you're going to lose 12 pounds, and I wouldn't expect to necessarily see anything. If you have been fasting consistently, or if you've lost, I would say, 20, 30, 40 pounds, and you've been on a weight loss journey for a while, and you've been consistently losing, you definitely should see 12 pounds. So it just really depends on kind of where you're at and where you're at in the journey, which will determine if you're going to, see weight. If you're bloated or something like that, you should see inches. But if you're like I said, if you're towards the beginning of it, since you don't see the inches just yet. So,
John, what you got?
Give time.
Yeah, give it some time. I mean, it's working. I promise, it's working. So, I mean, there's going to be times, just like you're going to go weeks or a week, and you lose no weight, but you're losing inches. It's vice versa as well. So there's going to be times where you're going to lose weight, but you're not losing inches. You're not losing physical inches. It's not going to put you in a bad position to hurt you. You have to understand, like Chris stated earlier, that fat is a reaction. It is to toxins. So what fat is doing is it's helping you. It's actually storing toxins so that way they don't basically attack your body and basically kill you. So what happens is, as you're detoxing, you also have to understand that fat is still holding on. Basically, it's because you're detoxing. So you have to. It all works itself out, but it's all the body's smart.
Yeah, man. Okay,
Yeah.
So there's two questions. The first one was directed towards Chris, but do we make our own distilled water? Yes, we make our own distilled water.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, and it's cheaper. And then there was another question: why is distilled water preferable to spring water? Distilled water is preferable to spring water and pretty much every other water because of its cleansing properties. If you have a teapot and it's got those hard water stains on it, and you take regular faucet water and swish it around, the teapot will still have hard water stains on it. But if you pour distilled water in the teapot with the hard water stains and swish it around, you'll see the deposits starting to come off the teapot. And that's what happens inside your body. The things that are in your body that shouldn't be there are being flushed out. It's easier for your body to flush them out because that's what distilled water does. It just pulls that stuff out. That's why it's preferable to spring water, because it's taking stuff out that shouldn't be there. And it's pure water. And when you energize that pure water, the structuring or the sun, it's just only taken a step further. And like many of you who have tried this on water, it's got that sweet taste. You're like, wow, this water is really freaking good.
Delicious.
It's not, your mind's not playing jokes on you. It's real. So that's why.
Also, the spring water has minerals in it, which are where those deposits are coming from. Those are minerals, that are building up on the side of the teapot. If you're concerned with your mineral intake, as mainstream science has caused us to be very concerned and worried about our mineral intake, get your minerals from your food. Get your minerals from plants. Don't get it from water. You don't need to get it from water. Okay. We have the problem especially in America, is overnutrition. You guys want to go listen to Jason Fung. He'll tell you our problem is overnutrition. And I'm just piggybacking on what John said, but I'm gonna move on to knock out a couple of these super chats real quick. I'm 6'5", 400 pounds. I had my gallbladder surgery 4 months ago. Can I still do water fasting? Yeah. You may find that by water fasting, you heal a little bit better and more quickly. And sometimes doctors will tell you, hey, you got to fast before this surgery. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they promote fasting? They don't even know why. They just know that's the procedure. But the reason why is because fasting actually strengthens the body. That's the reason why. So it's actually better to fast a lot of times before surgeries or after surgeries for recovery. But yeah, you could definitely fast. And I had, let's see, one more. What's the right way to break a 7-day fast? A 7-day fast is really short. So you don't really have to go super hard with how you break it. What?
Super short.
I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm
Come on
sorry.
now.
It's not a 7-day fast is a little bit shorter than a 20-day
Anything
fast.
over 3 days is technically extended, man.
So when you're doing a 7-day fast, I would recommend 2 days of coming off of the fast. That should be good. So you're gonna do fresh squeezed juice. You're gonna do fruit, like fresh watery fruits coming off of the fast for the first day. Soup, more liquidy things. By the second day, you can have avocados and bananas and nuts and harder things and stuff like that. But 7-day fast, I would give yourself maybe a day or two to kind of come off of it. If you're fasting for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'd give myself a 2 to 3 day window of coming off with more liquidy things before I start eating solid things, and especially stay away from meat for the first couple of days on those longer fasts.
Or just in general, just stay with
or
meat
in general. One more. How long did it take you to poo? Is teeth pain normal? I wouldn't say that. I'm not exactly sure. Like, how long did it take me to have a bowel movement? Well, when I came off my fast, I think I did my 14-day. If I ate an avocado, I was having a bowel movement within 3 hours for sure, and the entire avocado would come out. The bowel movements were huge, which was actually a good indicator that what we eat, everything is supposed to come out, which is not what we've been taught. And I don't want to get all into that right now, but teeth pain, I wouldn't say is like necessarily normal. It's everybody's fasting experience is unique. So it might be normal for you because you may have something going on with your teeth.
So there it is, right there.
You know what I mean? And so, but if you're asking, does fasting cause tooth pain? No, it doesn't.
It's gonna expose something.
But it will expose,
hidden.
right? It will expose things that are hidden because we're numb. Our bodies are numb. And so when you start eating healthier, you start fasting, your body starts sending signals that it wasn't sending before. That's why people ask me all the time, Chris, I started fasting and it made me sick, no, you were already sick. You just couldn't feel it. You weren't aware of it. Fasting just helped you become aware of it. Don't look at that as a bad thing. Now it's time for you to figure out what's going on and fix it. What you guys got?
There's a lot.
Well, I have one now if you're still looking. Okay. So Lady Bright asked, or she's, the comment, please discuss the Fruitarian diet for a person with a history of diabetes. I am almost to the end of my 30-day water fast. Believe it's gone, but don't want to fall back into it. Okay, Lady Bright, listen to me carefully. Okay, I'm gonna scoot up on this one.
Let me get back.
I'm gonna scoot up on this one. Okay, can you hear me? It's just like me and you here, no one else, just me and you. I had diabetes or pre-diabetes. That's what they want to say. There's really no difference, because I had diabetes symptoms, hardcore. Be real here. We're all being real. Can I be real?
Hey, man, be real, man.
Oh, dude, Chappelle. Can I be real?
Be real, man.
Real?
Be real, man.
I suffered with erectile dysfunction for a little while. I was 27 years old. I was sleeping terribly. I was going to the bathroom 7 times a night. I was struggling. I was 27. So they say, oh, pre-diabetes, not the same as diabetes. I had diabetes. I don't care what kind of title you put on it. And I started fasting because I was experiencing these things, and I was dissatisfied. I was struggling with, my confidence, my self-confidence, and all these different things. So I started my fast, and 2 months, it was really faster than that. But I say 2 months because that's when I got the paper. I went back to the doctor to tell her how foolish she was. But I went back to the doctor to get the paper, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good now. And that was, for me, it was just the confirmation. So the Fruitarian diet is different from, vegetarian or whatever. And I know people think, oh, fruitarian is all that sugar from all the fruit. So, that's not really good. But what a lot of people don't understand is the sugar from fruit is different from the sugar from, other things, especially processed things. I didn't go out and eat a bunch of candy bars and Snickers bars and stuff all day to get diabetes. I was eating, noodles. I was eating, rice. I was eating spaghetti, and that's what I had. But because this is how the whole food thing works, with carbs turning into sugar, and that's what got me. And then over years. So eating fruit is you can eat fruit all day and nothing will change. Yeah, your sugar in your blood will go up, but then because your body knows how to process fruit very well, because fruit is a natural food source, it'll handle it quickly. So you could gorge it, because eventually it's going to be too much liquid. But you can have as much fruit as you want, and you'll be good you'll be perfectly fine on the fruitarian diet. And plus, when we're talking about fruit, it's not just sugary fruits. There's apples, oranges, bananas, pineapples, then there's tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, avocado. Those are fruits. So you don't have to eat only sugary fruits. There are savory fruits. And that's the thing that people miss, because maybe it's purposely done to keep the misinformation going, to think, oh, those are vegetables. Like, no, they're fruits. So, and that's another thing. So, switch it up. I eat fruits all the time. Cucumbers, I get zucchini in the fridge right now. I slice them things up, throw a little bit of salt, lemon pepper, cayenne pepper, and I'd be like, nom, 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 nom. And I do the same thing with tomatoes. So you don't have to worry about falling back into any kind of negative holding pattern or anything with food or whatever. If you're worried about diabetes, if you're on your 30-day fast, you've probably already overcame your diabetes by this point. But eating fruit is perfectly fine. Even if you ate sugary fruits, it's perfectly fine. But also there's savory fruits too. And again, you'll be perfectly fine. So there you go.
So I just want to, once again, I want to just address a couple things. First, Brianna Sparks, thank you for, just answering other people's questions in the chat and just helping out. Second of all, just so that you guys know, you guys don't have to super chat in order to ask a question. All right. I mean, if you guys are, if you guys enjoy the information, and if you guys are actually gaining something from the things that we talk about, then if you want to support, feel free. We definitely do appreciate it. But don't feel like you have to super chat in order for you to ask a question. I don't want people to think that they have to do that. But there is a lot that is in here, and it's hard to miss. It's hard. I mean, it's easy to miss things. So a super chat is just a very easy way for us to see it, and we guarantee that question will be answered. We don't want to keep answering the same questions that we maybe answered earlier in the stream. But no matter what, if it's a super chat, we'll answer it again. Someone asked about when to eat solid food after a long fast. Depends what you mean by long. But as Chris did bring up, you want to, of course, stick to, you can have broths and fruit juices, the first day or so. But once again, it really kind of depends on the person, So everyone's a little different. Some people can handle solid foods as soon as they break their fast. Some people can't. So if you feel like that you're maybe nervous or you don't think that you can, we'll go ahead and just go with a fresh squeezed juice. And I would do that for, maybe at least a day until you feel good. And then you can switch over to a soup or just something very light, a light fruit, something of that nature, very watery fruit. Until you feel that you can just handle a solid food again.
How'd the dry fasting go? Terry just asked, so I figured I'd do that one. It went well. I learned a lot, and I will be doing a full-length video on that towards the end of the summer. I'm going to be starting a water series. We're going to be talking about water a lot more at the end of the summer, but towards the end, so sometime in September, I'll be doing my dry fast video, and we'll talk more about dry fasting after that video as well.
Okay, so somebody had a comment. It was just about the ED thing and portion. Yeah, it is a circulatory thing, and it helps to because I would have problem. Me and Chris, actually, our circulation, like our hands and our feet would get cold really easily. And after a while fasting, it's just like my feet, the veins in my feet be popping. There'd be all kind of blood rushing through my feet, you know, and the feet are the furthest thing away from your heart. So that's the stuff that's hardest to get the blood to and to keep that warmth going. So yes, circulation, it is a circulatory thing, but one of the issues is the fact that it messes up circulation in a very important area, and it's very frustrating. But to answer,
how much water a day? A gallon, 3.5 liters.
Boom. That's you know, yeah.
And don't overdo it. If you feel like it's too much for you, don't feel like you have to be hitting that. Okay, guys, these are guidelines. That's something you can work towards. But if you're having trouble getting a gallon down, remember, start early in the morning. Okay, as soon as you wake up, start sipping your water. Have the water right next to your nightstand. Start sipping it and sip it throughout the entire day. That's how you do it. I drink a gallon a day very easily now. It's nothing to me to drink a gallon.
And NTWA Dumela, your question was how to make the distilled water. The long and short of it is just go buy a distiller. Don't try to like set up something on your stove and get like a balloon or something to let the steam crawl up it and drip down. That'd probably be really, you could do it, I'm sure. It'd be really tedious though, I bet. But we just bought a distiller because it's easier. So just go buy a distiller. It's an investment. It was like
it was 200.
200.
But it pays for itself in a couple months.
Yes.
Because if you're buying bottled water.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of months of that and you're like, oh, I'm over the limit. So that's how we do it. And it's you can probably get if you're on it, you can get 2 gallons a day if you're focused on, you know, refilling it and stuff.
Oh yeah, you can get 3 gallons a day if you really want to.
Yeah, if you really want to. So
DVM, good. Hey man, good luck on that. I appreciate the love.
Can you work out on your fast? Yes, you can. I do it all the time. Now, if you're first starting off, try it. If you feel good, try it. Jamel actually, when he did his first fast, he still went to the gym. Now, it was his first fast, so he went to the gym like twice, and he said, okay, now I'm not gonna go to the gym until I'm done with this fast. But you know, it was his first time though, so it takes there's an adjustment period. So you absolutely can do it, especially if it's day 1 or day 2. But then listen to your body. How do you feel? If you feel like you're doing stuff and you're getting too dizzy, you're being too strenuous, then cut back. When I go to the gym and work out, when I'm fasting, I do everything I do normally because that's just the point I'm at now. So just try it out and see if you can handle it. If not, that's okay. Just wait till after you fast or wait till you get used to fasting, till you get acclimatized to fasting.
Acclimatized. Someone has a very interesting question. Well, it's not very interesting, but it's something that I haven't had this question before, but I've done a little bit of research on it. Someone said, can water fasting detox mercury from the body? So Chris, I want to get your input on this as well and see just what you think. But from what I know, mercury is a heavy metal, and heavy metals are very difficult to detox. So it is something that I have kind of researched a little bit. And I forget there is a natural. I was talking to someone about the other day. I think it's called bentonite clay. Is that something? Okay, is that how you say it? That is like a natural herb or something from the earth that you may want to look into if you have an issue with mercury. But a lot of the heavy metals in general are very difficult to detox. That's why they're so dangerous.
If I'm not mistaken, mercury is used as an antigen in vaccines, and essentially what it's literally designed to break down your body's natural defense system and sit in you, so that the virus can adhere and do its thing. Yeah. So they're designed to sit in you. Yeah. Fasting will definitely help, but we're probably not going to be fasting long enough to really see fasting eject something like mercury. Really what you need is to vitalize the liver and all of your detoxification organs. And also you really have to change your life. To really get rid of mercury a natural way like that, you've really got to make some lifestyle changes and be consistent, because it's just going to take time. Also, you got to think too, there's mercury in a lot of the products, the dental work and, you know, things that we've had in the past. So you could, like, if you've got some mercury filling or something in your mouth, you're never going to get rid of
It's
it.
seeping into your
It
bloodstream.
constantly seeps into your bloodstream. We do not pay enough attention to how important the teeth are. The teeth are first of all, they're in your mouth. They're very close to your brain, and they're connected to other parts of your body. Your teeth aren't just your teeth, but our teeth, our mouth health is very vital to our overall health. You can have a problem in your mouth that can use with your spine, with your stomach. I mean, all over your body. Okay. The one of the main problems we have is that we look at the body as like it's a car, like it's parts. Your tooth is messed up. Oh, we'll yank that tooth out and we'll put a plastic one in, or we'll put a mercury one in, no problem. And it doesn't work. It's a unique dynamic system. It all works together, and you have to start looking your body that way. So detoxing, actively detoxing, doing things that are going to help the body. I think hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide, is one thing that people will use to help to get heavy metals out of their system, and that's a rough therapy to do. I think it's called the one cure, the single cure, or something.
Oh yeah.
You know that book we read. John's gonna go grab the book real quick, but there's a book that let me get up in here. There's the 1 minute cure. I think he's gonna come back. It's called the 1 minute cure. I think. Where they talk about a hydrogen peroxide therapy. It's food grade. You need to be very careful with it. Learn about it before you start trying it. But that's good for detoxing those heavy metals.
Heavy metals, man. That stuff is real.
What up?
The 1 minute cure. I was right.
Is it backwards on there?
Yeah, it's backwards.
Nah, it's gonna be frontwards to them.
No, it's not.
If I do it like this, can y'all see it?
No, John.
I know, I'm just playing.
Flip it around.
They got the joke. Dang.
I was joking, man.
Serious, period, man.
Wow.
Get them super chats, man.
Oh, we got some super chats in here.
Hey, Chocolate. We didn't forget about you. Love you too. Will we be doing this at least monthly?
When Steve moves here, yes.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Well, we've already told him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ain't no
Steve
surprise.
was trying to hide that from you. See what kind of person he is.
Why is he so
He's
hiding?
trying to hide his
Secretive.
secretives and stuff.
Gosh.
Follow me, man.
Are y'all trying to stalk my brother?
Hey, man, somebody just told Chris they were gonna fly him out. Well, she's gone now. She was early, but Chris, you about
Chris is popular.
Nah, John. Hey, John's popular too.
You gotta be in an island somewhere.
John's popular too. So don't.
You gotta be in an island somewhere if you're not careful. I love you guys, man.
I haven't water fasted yet, but switching to distilled and drinking more water has made a huge difference. Spring water dries me out. That's a good point. If you guys are looking for baby steps, there's definitely baby steps. If you literally just stop drinking soda, stop drinking alcohol, stop drinking juice and all of that crap, milking soda, stop drinking alcohol, stop drinking juice and all of that crap, milk, just start drinking pure water, your skin will start clearing up. Anyway, if you do a 30-day walk and drink it in large amounts, you will start detoxing. A lot of good things will happen. So yeah, that's and the reason spring water may dry you out is because it's got salt. Salt dries you out. That's why I don't understand why everybody feels like it's a good idea to put salt in their water. Salt dries you out.
It sucks the moisture out of it. You put salt on a cucumber, all the water comes out the cucumber.
It comes out. I don't get that logic.
You put salt on on fish, or you put salt on meats. It sucks the moisture out of them.
It cures them.
On fish, or you put salt on meats. It sucks the moisture out of them.
It cures them.
It does. They do that for a reason. So
if
what do
you
think
put
happens?
salt on a slug, it kills it.
So what do you think happens to you when you start you just purposely are putting salt in your water? You're purposely adding sodium. You're purposely doing this. What do you think?
Salt, not sodium. This is salt.
I'm sorry, salt. What do you think is happening? It's drying you out.
Drying you out.
So
when I was doing my water tests way back in the days, probably about a year and a half ago, After I started drinking distilled water and fasting for a long time, and I would go and drink some of the volcanic waters and the 2 miles under the earth waters, all these different spring waters, Fiji, I could taste the salt in it. It was salty. The water tastes sweaty. And I'm sorry, that's not a good thing, period. Now, we may be desensitized, so we can't typically taste that salty water, but it's very salty. You can taste it.
They're saying the connection's starting to go out.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Some people are saying the connection's trash. Some people is getting.
It's YouTube. It's YouTube, man. They're doing it again. We're getting about an hour and a half. They're trying to get rid of us, guys.
Last time it was 2 hours, wasn't it?
True that. But Steve's there. He sucked up a little extra bandwidth.
Man.
Sucked up some of the bandwidth.
What are you trying to say? I'm like salt?
Hey man, you like salt sucking up all the bandwidth.
No, I'm saying you're like Goku level 3 when he had the Halo, and if he used all that power, he had to go back to Otherworld more quickly.
See, we know we talk about too. We just don't talk about it on here mostly, but see,
he said the Fed's trying to
they're trying to get us, bro.
Is it cleaning? Is it clearing back up? If it's not, first of all, hold on. It's not no cricket service. AT&T Uverse.
Wow, bro. They say you got cricket service.
It's fiber and it's $100 a month. So we just have a lot of devices. There's a lot of devices. Hey, if y'all are hooked up to the internet, go to your John.
Yeah,
go to your Wi-Fi to your.
Because we got a lot of data. A lot of data this morning. I was just trying to. I'm not even watching the video.
I don't think they can see. Walmart connection. That's messed up.
That is
AT&T cricket merged.
Dang. That's crazy. How many siblings are in your family? That's a good question. It's a lot of us. Too many to count right now. You got to know the number off the top of your head?
No,
just 8.
It's all about who you
well,
consider.
it depends on how. Well, okay.
Well, we gotta. No Himalayan salt. Hey, look, you do what you want. But I say this: I don't put. If I'm doing a water fast, I drink pure water.
Let me put my little spin on that. You do whatever you want to do. I just prefer to just drink pure water.
That's literally.
Hold on. Let me rephrase it for everybody so they understand.
Man, make it clear.
Let me make it clear, okay?
Make it plain for them.
Y'all do whatever you want to do. It's your journey, okay? Me personally, I don't put nothing in my water. What?
That's so stupid.
Oh man. Can fasting heal cavities? Now, you can heal cavities other ways. You can heal cavities. So don't even, if they tell you got to get that drill, then don't listen. I wish I knew this information years ago. I don't have any cavities right now to know actively if fasting can heal them. Maybe if you have one, you can try it and see. But I know there are ways you think you can do. Just some people talk about oil pulling. I know somebody asked a question about oil pulling in the chat. I've never done it consistently to know. I did it once, and while it was gross, that's not really something that bothers. It wasn't gross, but whatever. If I'm gonna do it, I can do it. But you can sit fasting. But I know you can look at YouTube and see how to heal cavities. People have videos on, and you see the progression of your teeth healing. Did you have something? It looked like you might have had something to add to.
No. Somebody asked if they could put cuts of lemons. I don't know if they asked that while we were answering that question already.
Do we need to do it again?
Let's do it one more time.
Okay. Well, let me go first because I don't think y'all got the point across. Look. Come on. Get up on me, man. When I do my water fast, the only thing that I drink, the only thing I can bring myself to consume is pure water. I can't say no more about this.
Listen.
It's rough, man.
Listen.
Thank you.
It's gonna be all right.
Listen.
It's gonna be all right.
When I do my water fasting, I just drink water. That's it.
Very brave of you to admit that.
I just want to be as honest as possible.
I've been doing this for a long time, guys. Now, I don't know about y'all when you do your water fast.
Oh, snap.
But But me, I like to do pure water in my water.
Tell him one more time. Down
Tim.
south, Tim.
Big Tim.
Tim, tell him one more time.
Now I'm from Texas. And the way we do around here, we do pure water around here.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, if you're watching, man, probably not. We met this guy named Big Country Tim. We met him in New York.
I am literally sweating.
What was it 2006? Oh
Yep.
my gosh. 12 years ago. I'll never forget that, man. Never.
Oh my God. Look now.
Not from Texas now.
All right, guys, let's get into one more question. How do you pass mentally wanting to have food, wanting to eat? I feel like this is probably most prominent for me, just based on our conversations. The way I get over it is I prep. Okay, Steve and John, I don't think they prep, but I prep for my fasts. I always have. I did it by accident. The very first time I fasted, before I knew anything about it, I prepped for like a month because I was just eating vegetarian. I think that's good. Also, cut out the sugars. Cut out the sugars and the meat before you do your fasts. That will help you when you are actually on your fast and you start getting those you're reminiscing of food and all that stuff. You're like, oh, I missed this and missed that. It's just I don't know. It's weird. Like you just don't think about food the same way after you've been eating differently for a week. Also, if I do start getting them little, man, I want to eat something, I'll go and watch a food video. I'll go watch somebody cooking. A lot of y'all try to avoid that. I hit it head on, and it actually helps me. There's something weird about watching people prepare food because our senses are connected. They say the strongest things in memory, the strongest sense tied to memory is smell. So, sound. What's
smells? All the olfactory sense is the closest tied sense of memory.
Smell. So also smelling food makes you feel like you're eating. And I don't know, it's just weird, man. I'm watching the videos and I'm seeing the images and I'm thinking about it, or I'll smell some food and that somehow satiates me. I don't know, it's weird, but our senses are weird. Go ahead, Steve. I know you want to add on.
Man, I didn't have nothing to add, man. You said everything, man.
I'm rambling right now.
No, okay. No, but I do. I like to I watch food videos. And I watch it's called a mukbang. Where you sit there and you hear them eating. I don't know what it is, man. And it's just weird stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. I watch them. I watch, people cook things as well. And usually that happens after about day 4, day 5, something like that. Then I start wanting to watch the food videos. But, it's weird. I don't know. But it does help. It doesn't bother me being around food. Every once in a while I'll smell something. My senses are extremely heightened, already. So I smell a lot of stuff anyway. But most of the time I smell stuff and it actually doesn't make me want it. But every once in a while I smell something good and I want it. So, sugar addiction while fasting. We talked about sugar.
Hold on now.
Do you want to answer that one, or is that you?
Yeah, I can answer it because
we just talked about that.
Yeah. So somebody asked about people advertising their products within the healthy alternative group. Now, personally, I am not a fan of most products because most of the time people are just trying to sell you something, get rich quick, and they're not really. I'm all about the health. I've tried products to try to fix my diabetes, for instance. It didn't work. So when I found fasting, I was just like, fasting's up here, products are down here. That's just how I felt. Now, if there's things like, perfect example is the soap that chocolate has. That soap is amazing, and it fits in line with what we're promoting as far as healthy alternatives. It's a natural soap, organic. The ingredients that are used are with care and love. So that's good. That's good money. But there's not a lot of stuff like that. There's people trying to sell you some kind of tea or something that, use this detox tea and you'll lose 5 pounds. Like, don't need a tea to lose 5. It's not the tea that's doing anything. It's just the fact that I'm not eating food, or if I'm fasting, that's doing it. And the tea, if anything, is going to slow the process down because it's another thing to process out of your body. So, it's stuff like that. I don't like. I'm not about the products, but something like something that will assist you, that's not packed full of chemicals and all the other stuff, is good. Which is why I like. What's the name of it? Free Spirited.
I wish I had some on me.
Yeah. By the way, I need to re-up because I'm almost out. I got one.
Man,
bar.
I got about 10 bars at home.
Oh, so why'd you bring none? Let me get a bar.
Because some things.
If you got like some herbs in a capsule, you know what I mean? So you're doing like whole herbs or something like that. That's something that I could get behind. I promote whole herbs. You guys know I like the Dr. Sebi herbs. So if there's somebody who can mimic those herbs and provide that as a product, I'm all for that, because that's literally just plants and herbs is good for you. So stuff like that's all right. So we would prefer for you guys to just simply ask us ahead of time if you want to promote a product. I've had many people come and ask us, hey, what products can I promote, this product or that product or whatever? And I'll tell them yes or no. So that's really the best way to go about doing it. Just ask.
Yes. I see stuff I don't like, these products. Y'all trying to just make money off people? Because I'm just like, nah, because I'm.
Oh, someone asked, does the prolonged fasting help with the hair?
Losing hair, or does it cause?
Well, I think there was 2 questions. One asked if I've seen growth from it, and one asked about losing hair. So we'll talk about both of those together. Believe it or not, I have hair problems. Okay, I haven't really talked about that or anything, but my beard grows unevenly certain places, and right around the crown of my head was thin, and then above my temples was thin. I have seen the patches that were above my temples definitely fill in and get thicker, as well as the crown of my head. It's improved. It's improved. It's not where I would like it to be, but it's definitely improved. And as far as my beard go, I have hair growth, and because your hair is very important. And we spoke about that before. I'm not going to get into it really tonight, but your hair is very important, and that's why we decided to grow our hair out. But we're monitoring that. John, do you want to speak on the hair loss when you're fasting, like hair fall?
I know some people, I didn't experience any hair loss personally. Some people experience hair loss, but when you have to understand when you're starting this process, if you're not fasting one day and then the next day you start fasting and something out of whack happens, that means there was probably an issue with that area that is now being addressed. You're taking selfies?
No, I'm just put something in the group.
There's something being addressed. So I haven't had a lot of experience with, I've heard of people, my hair felt like it's thinning or something, but a lot of times it's something that's being addressed and your body's getting rid of something that shouldn't be there. But you're not going to experience hair loss like, oh, you're going to go bald. It may be expelling something that was there before and they had to let go a little bit, but it's going to grow. It's going to grow back because basically the people I'm thinking of, they're like, oh yeah, my hair started to grow back.
Everybody who's talked about hair fall, they always say their hair grows back.
Yeah.
It grows back better.
Yeah, because it's healthier.
Now we have our mom. Our mom, this is a personal experience. Our mom had a spot where she was going bald and her hair was turning white, not gray, white. And within a few short months of just fasting, she was doing the 5-2, I think. Mm-hmm. She was doing the 5-2, which is fasting 5 days, eating for 2 days. And she would mainly eat salads and stuff on her eat days. Her hair started growing back and her hair started turning back black. At the root, you could see the root turning black. So fasting actually does the opposite of what you may think. It helps your hair grow and get healthier.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, a lot of times we look at a detox symptom or something that happens and it's a negative thing, but like we maybe have stated previously, these are things that are already happening in us. And what happens is that fasting just simply exposes them. but the things that are already happening. And what will happen is that, sometimes people will blame fasting for what happened, but it's not fasting that's happening. It's fasting to just expose it. But these are things that are already happening to you currently. So, when things start to happen and you start to experience weird things, they may suck, but at the same time, they're also very positive things. Then there are things that are definitely, helping you. But during the time, of course, it's not good when you see hair coming out. Listen, I've lost all this hair. Look, my whole beard is gone now. Look at this. Look, all my whole beard is gone. My whole beard fell out. You know what I mean? I had long hair too. Look, Chris has long hair. John has long hair. You think I didn't have long hair? We're all the same person. What happened to my hair? All my hair fell out. All this fasting I've been doing, but it'll come back.
For those who didn't pick up on the sarcasm, he's bald as a baby's bottom from day one. He ain't never had no hair.
Nah, my facial hair just does. It comes in, it doesn't grow in nice and full, so I just keep it cut. I'm gonna start growing it one day. I just don't want to go through that phase where it just
looks like patchy grass.
Yeah, it just looks like patchy grass, man. Like I don't want to go through that. I want to stay fresh. So if y'all want to see me stay fresh, hit the like button.
The 5-2 schedule literally means you fast for 5 days, Monday through Friday, or whatever 5 days you choose, and then you eat for 2 days. We typically choose Monday through Friday because we're, on the weekends, that's when you usually like to go out and have fun. I mean, a typical, schedule Monday through Friday, and that's it. It's a way to ease into fasting. I don't promote the 5-2 as if you've got major ailments that you're trying to heal. I think you should go with a longer fast. That's my personal opinion, but you can still. It's just a slower. And then also you want to focus more on your nutrition when you're doing the 5-2 schedule. Make sure that you're eating better, and that will help to accelerate the healing process as well.
Can fasting cure my bad attitude in the morning? No, it's probably going to make it worse.
Actually,
golly.
Like you didn't seem like you were gonna finish it, so I had to get in there. Yes, it will. It may. We'll see, because like we said,
it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. And that's the thing, because your bad attitude is probably from. I mean, if you wake up in the morning and you have coffee every day, and if you don't have your coffee, you're in a sour mood all day. It's really your addiction to coffee. That's causing. Oh, I didn't have my coffee, so I can't. Because it's habits. It's all about habits. Some things cause you to have a habit, and some things you sometimes just develop a habit, and that's just what it is. But it's just a habit. So fasting will detox you, and eventually, not even eventually, it won't take too long, but just do it long enough, a couple of weeks maybe, and you'll notice, oh, I'm feeling better, because you'll have more energy and you won't need the coffee.
Hey, shout out to everybody who's rocking their bracelets.
Shout outs.
Brace game.
Brace game.
Yeah, them bracelets are nice. Go get your bracelet at healthyalternative.org. I got a products tab, a link for shirts, and also the bracelets are in there. Go check them out. I put a lot of work into those, man.
Good. Connection has improved.
Yeah, because we all disconnected from the internet, I think.
Wunderbar. Mel left. He'd be sucking up all kind of internet.
All the power, man.
His computer is huge, and he's downloading, uploading, through loading, all kind of loading.
All kinds of loading.
That last one, I made that up, but you get it. What's our hair regimen? It's growing fast. Thank you. What I do is I take water and I spray it, and then I massage my head.
What's the fuzzy white tongue thing? That is your tongue detoxing. Believe it or not, you detox every day. Okay, it's a forced detox. That's when you sleep. When you wake up, how's your tongue taste and feel?
Nasty.
It's the same. It's the same thing. You're detoxing. Okay. So typically, when you're not fasting, you brush your teeth, gets rid of it because you start eating. Okay, if you don't start eating, your body continues detoxing, and that's why your tongue's like that. Recently, I heard that if you gargle with food-grade hydrogen peroxide, that actually will help with that. I haven't got a chance to test it, but maybe you guys can test it. One of the members said they did that and it worked out great.
I actually, on my my last 30-day fast, about day 25, 26, mine actually started to go away.
What's he doing?
Which was actually very surprising for me, because it was for me, and it is still the worst detox symptom in the world. That's me personally. I get headaches, I can get through those. I get joint pain, I can get through those. I've thrown up, I've had nausea, I've had dizziness, I feel like I needed to faint. I have had cravings, you name it, I've had it, I've been through it. But that to me is the worst detox symptom. So it was good that actually, like I said, started to go away. And so that should give you guys a little bit of hope. No, just letting you know it's not forever. It is one of those symptoms that it is going to be annoying, and unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with it. But it is something that can go away through time.
In time,
lucid dreaming.
Ooh.
I've had lucid dreams, especially when dry fasting. If you guys are out there and want to do like lucid dream and really start to connect spiritually, I really would suggest dry fasting would probably be one of the best ways to do that. And you don't have to necessarily, but I mean, I'm trying to give you the best information I have, which would be to start dry fast, and then you'll have that connection, that connectivity. You'll have that good internet connectivity. You know what I'm saying?
Have a strong Wi-Fi signal.
You'll have a strong signal when you're dry fasting.
Somebody asked, who do we respect in health? I'm assuming that you're either talking about like physicians or nutritionists or doctors or something of that nature, or you're talking to people who are in our realm more of the. I'll just answer both questions. I respect myself. I know I sound like Kanye right now, but I respect myself, and I respect people who think like me, which people who are driven by the truth, right? We're just truth seekers. We're open to being wrong, and we're open to always learning more and not feeling like we always know everything about everything. Also, I really like Jason Fung. I respect him a lot because he's a medical doctor who promotes fasting for health. And he still has those little quirks about him, and I understand and respect his position. But by the same token, he's one of the main people out there really bridging the gap between people like myself and the consumer on the other end who is looking to heal, right? So he can explain to you in your typical medical terms how fasting affects the body, and it'll make sense to you or maybe either another physician. And he's got some great books, and he's helped a lot of people.
So Blue Sky asks, if you are on a lot of medications, you put in all caps, or he, is it okay to fast? Please. Now, I don't take any medications. I don't know what you're suffering from. I know that medication is a Band-Aid. Not even a band. Is it even considered a Band-Aid? It's more like a. It's more like Novocaine. Medication is like Novocaine. Yeah. It numbs you so you can't feel what's going on. I mean, yes, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't prescribe medicine, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not trying to take any medicine. When I had diabetes, I wasn't trying to take no medicine. I wouldn't even take ibuprofen when I had headaches or Advil, or I wouldn't take Views. When I was in the military, I suffered because I would have to, sometimes you have to take stuff. Sometimes I had to get a smallpox shot. Smallpox. Wait, where's my thing at? Oh, is that the wrong arm? Oh, did it heal? Hey. Nope, it's still there. Never mind. I got excited for nothing. See that? That's when they got me with the smallpox.
That's when you was in the military.
Yeah, but it's small now. It's been healing up. But I didn't like that. So if you were alive before you got on the medication, they put you on the medication to try to help with something, and they keep putting you on more medication because the medication they gave you before is causing a new symptom to pop up, and they're trying to give you new medication to deal with the old symptom from the old medication. But then you get a new medication, a new symptom pops up, so they put you on more medication. You get the point. So maybe wean yourself off these medications slowly and then start fasting. That way you can heal your body the way that your body wants to heal you, because your body doesn't heal you. Medication can't heal you. Herbs can't heal you. They help facilitate some things, herbs to help facilitate something. Maybe they help jazzercise your organs to get them moving a little bit, but the healing takes place here. Anything outside doesn't do anything doesn't heal you. It's all here. This does it. So, I know some of the medication you got to come off slowly. Some of them you can't just stop taking, but that should also show you that you shouldn't be taking that stuff, period, because you should be, if I eat tomatoes every day and I stop eating tomatoes, I shouldn't have an adverse reaction, and I won't. If I take medicine every day and I just stop and I have an adverse reaction, that shows me that stuff that I'm taking was causing effect in me that wasn't good. You should be able to stop doing anything at any moment and be okay.
No withdrawal symptoms.
No withdrawals. When people stop drinking coffee, I watched a girl on YouTube. She stopped drinking coffee. She was like losing her mind. She was like 3 cups a day type or more maybe. And she was going for a run. She couldn't make it past her normal run. She was like weird depression symptoms were popping. I mean, she was struggling. I'm just like, and she said, I ain't going to get back on coffee, but I'm just going to cut it down. I'm just like, no, cut it out. You were detoxing hard. It's like you were almost there. So she has like 1 billion subscribers, so she wouldn't see my message, but it is what it is. So I would say work on just cutting out the medication altogether.
Steve, you got a question?
Yeah, you guys are funny, man. Jump with them arms out. Somebody asked about can water fasting alone assist in expelling parasites? Do you recommend taking a supplement like earth? Yes. I couldn't read that word. It's a real. If y'all see that word, there you go. It's a big word, man. I have seen you'll see that water fasting. You'll see people that do expel different parasites when water fasting. Parasites can be very pesky. So you will see them in your stool when you poop sometimes when you're fasting. Parasites love sugar. So not sugar like fruit sugar, let's be real. So like carbs, things like that, they just break down into sugar. Anything highly processed. So water fasting will help because you're not giving them anything to, of course, physically eat. But I would recommend if you think or you have parasites, or you live in an area where a lot of people have parasites, or if you're a heavy seafood eater, pork, then you might want to look into obviously water fasting, and maybe there's some other herbs and things out there that'll help.
All of that stuff.
Yeah, there's herbs and things that will help get rid of parasites. But like I said, if you think that you have them, then fasting will help. But I definitely would say that you might want to look into some herbs also.
Yeah.
Yes, you can take herbs on the water fast. I was taking Dr. Sebi's small cleanse package during my water fast one time. I can't remember when. I've done so much. But yes, you can. Be careful though. Even if you're eating when you're taking this water. Well, no. Because when you ate, when you did it, you didn't poop as much. But if you're on a water fast and you take, for instance, Dr. Sebi's small cleanse package, you get that chelation, you are going to be on the toilet 10 to 13 times a day. That's what my experience. You will be pooping a lot. So just get ready.
Stay close to a toilet.
I was at work. I was in a massage and I was like, I'm either going to poop in my pants or I have to end this massage early. And it's not like I can just go say, excuse me, sir, I will be right back. Because I was in the bathroom for 5 minutes. And he'd be like, man, you've been gone for a long time. I'm paying for this stuff. So just, you can, but just whatever effects that they're going to help, increase or stimulate in your body, just be careful because you're fasting, you're empty. So anything that happens is going to be quick. You're going to feel it quick. So that's my warning to you.
How many days consecutively can you dry fast?
My record is 6.
I did 3 my first time.
I've only done I think 1 or 2 days consecutively because I was working in the sun all day while dry fasting. So you can go for as long as you feel comfortable going. But here's the thing about dry fasting. Where people really get into trouble with dry fasting is breaking a long dry fast. So if you've been dry fasting for probably more than 3 days, you probably want to start thinking about how you're going to break your dry fast, because it's much different from how you would break a water fast. So if you've been dry fasting for 10 days, you want to be very, very careful about how you break that. You want to be sipping water, okay?
10 days, congratulations.
Congratulations, but I'm saying that's when it starts getting dangerous. You want to sip water.
Literally take a shot glass, pour some water in it and sip. Because even if you overdo it, that it's just a shot. But I only did 3 days, and I was just like, so yes,
you will notice that your throat will react differently when you start drinking that water. It's not the same. You'll notice that something's not right. Like it doesn't feel right. Okay, so you need to make sure to sip. The longer you dry fast, the longer you need to sip. If you've been dry fasting for 6 days, okay, you probably don't have to sip as long. But if you've been dry fasting for 10 days, you want to take a whole day where you're sipping water, maybe 2 days sipping water, and then maybe on the second day you could do juice. But don't come off a dry fast eating hard foods and then come telling us that we told y'all to dry fast. You got kidney problems now. Don't do that. Don't even try that.
Don't you dare.
Mm-mm.
Do not come off of a long-term dry fast eating anything. Don't eat. I don't care if it's juicy fruit. Don't eat anything. You start with water and you sip it.
Like you just got to the club and you got the most expensive bottle of champagne or something, and you only got enough for that one bottle. You sip slow, so you can sip all night, but you got that expensive bottle. But that's how you want to. I mean, I've never done that.
I'm sorry, John. I didn't answer the actual question was how long can you dry fast?
Oh,
there are breatharians. Okay, so if you don't know what a breatharian is, look that up. These are people who either don't eat or drink at all, or they eat and drink very sparingly. These people do exist. You can research them. They're real people. You can even go visit them. They do retreats and things like that. You could dry fast indefinitely. I understand that might sound very controversial. I don't really care, because that's just the truth. There's people out there that don't eat.
Shoot, yeah, they did. He did a. How long was his experiment total?
He just did. It was like a 60-day fast.
60 days.
Yeah. Somebody asked this question twice. I saw it before. Says, have you guys ever experienced skin shedding, like on your hands, feet, etc.?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I have anything. Just randomly. Well, you have to understand, your skin is always shedding. We're like snakes. Snakes are like us, but you're always shedding. So it's not abnormal for you to experience shedding like when you were a kid. Like sometimes you, like in between your fingers and stuff, you start to get that, that shedding. But so you have dead skin cells and things like that are going to start coming off. So I hope that answers your question. But yes, you should be experiencing skin shedding actually.
Somebody asked about the foot fungus. The reduction of foot fungus. Now this is a very interesting question. Because I don't see. We talked about it.
We got some firsthand experience.
We got some firsthand experience here.
Who?
You.
Oh yeah.
What you mean?
What you mean? I was just messing.
So yes, not it. So I the only kind I know of is because again, the experience. But Steve had experienced some stuff for pretty much his whole life.
20 years.
25 years. Probably ever since you were probably like 9 or 10.
Bro.
Soon earlier than that, you think?
Probably, yeah.
So let's say 25 years, and his toes were as black as this bracelet, the toenails.
Dang, man, you gotta make me really bad out here.
Yeah.
Look.
I mean, yeah, I guess keep it real, man.
I told people about erectile dysfunction. You think I'm not embarrassed? I don't really care, but that's how I got beat, man. Like, look, I'm healthy. I don't care.
He said he gets up now, so what's up?
No, I'm not gonna go any further on that. Because I was about to go ahead for a second because it was funny. But anyway, yeah, and I'm not exaggerating. That's his toes were like as black as these beads, and now he got shoes on now. Got a fresh pedicure the other day because he wasn't embarrassed and didn't feel bad. And That's the first time. That's like your first time you had a pedicure, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First time, 30 years old, 30 whatever years old. And no, I got
My feet are dry.
oh,
No, you can't see.
you can kind of see the shine on them.
No, man, the things are still shining,
It's still shining. He would have never gone and got that. So yes,
we don't have no pictures. No,
he didn't take before pictures because he
I would never look shit right. My feet were never out.
never. I was he sent me a picture on the scale. I said, Steve, your toe. It's like I was blown away.
I wish I had a before picture of him.
Yes, and I was upset because I was like, I can't believe. So that reminds me, if you are new to fasting, you know anybody new to fasting, I don't care if you have a weird mark on your shoulder that you don't think is important. Anything that's outside of the norm, take a picture of it, because after you're done fasting, you'll be like, I don't know how many people have said, oh, I wish I took a picture of this thing because after I fasted, it went away. Like stuff like that happens all the time. So if you have something personal, you don't have to share it. Just have a picture of it because you might feel confident to share afterwards. But take a picture, find little stuff on your body that you feel like is wrong. And because the fasting, you'll be surprised what heals when you start fasting.
Look, if y'all haven't, especially Steve's videos, those long videos that be an hour, 40 minutes long, and y'all be like, it's so long, and you be trying to watch half of it. We go into depth about so many things, odd things that happen to Steve, stuff that you just don't even think about. He's had major scars heal. He's had major little lumps and just his feet, all kinds, darkness on his neck. He is transforming. You know what I'm saying? So when especially if you got a lot of stuff that you've been living with, you think it's just normal or whatever, but maybe a lot of people don't seem to have it, pay attention to it. It probably isn't normal. It probably isn't, man. We're supposed to have clear skin. You're supposed to have clear skin. You're not supposed to have pimply skin. When you start getting healthy and you eat something particular, your body will react in the same place. Your skin is a roadmap for your body. It'll tell you what's going on where. If you've got something going on in your stomach, you'll get a pimple in a certain place. If you got something going on with your liver, you might get a pimple in between your forehead. So you can do certain things. You know, if you enjoy smoking, drinking, or whatever, you might notice that every time you smoke or whatever, you get a pimple right here. That's telling you something. Your body is highly intelligent. So keep that in mind. Guys, we're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon.
Yeah, we're
before we wrap it up, let's do the quick fire.
Okay, guys. John's going to take the hat back. We're about to do what we like to call the rapid fire session. It's a bonus round, all right? Get your questions ready. We're going to spend literally seconds on each question. No explanations, no deep. We're just going to answer yes, no, maybe, so. So for all y'all who had questions, maybe you didn't get questions answered. If you want to double ask questions, now's the time to do it. We'll do a little double questions. If you just joined the chat and you got some questions, throw them out there. Ready, set, go.
Do you think water fasting will clear psoriasis? Yes. Oh, did you want an explanation? I have no explanation. The answer is yes.
When will I be writing my book? Well, now that I've gotten my notebooks out there and stuff, I'm going to start on my book, and it's my next big project. So I don't know. Give me a couple months, hopefully before the end of the year.
Better dancer? Do you dance?
I dance better than both of y'all.
Steve's the better dancer.
I could be a better dancer if I tried. I just don't be trying.
A healthy alternative trip? Absolutely. We definitely have. We will be planning one.
Yes.
Did we grow up together? Yes and no.
Right. Crap, I had one. Dang, where?
Motivational tips to start getting can. I can't start a new fast, and I've tried for the last few months. Find a better reason why you need to fast. That's pretty much it. So whatever the reason is that you had for fasting, find a better reason. So I mean, we can only spark motivation. Motivation has to come from within yourself. So find a better reason. If it was physical before for weight loss, pick something else.
My question is a request. It's my turn, John. My question is a request. Show the back of my head. I don't know why I'm doing this. My luscious locks.
Look good.
Who wants
the
to see
shake-
the back of
I
your
don't
head?
know.
Looks good.
What?
Did you want to see? No chocolate. I didn't. No, we don't have any reactions with your soap. Your soap was wonderful.
I love it. You meant like skin reactions.
No.
Is that what you meant? Was that what you meant? Do we have?
Yeah. Do we have any
Oh.
issues?
How
No.
long does
No.
the itchy, scratchy skin last? It depends. I've experienced it for weeks at a time, so it just depends.
Spirituality. I've had a major awakening in the last week. I'm not gonna get into it on here. It's pretty esoteric. I'll just put it that way. I'll keep it clean. It's esoteric. So you have to hit me up in a different medium.
How to get through nausea during water fasting? Try drinking a little less water. I mean, there's really nothing you can really do. If you get nausea or if you're getting like acid reflux, just try to drink a little less water.
You could
It's a
try
detox thing.
inducing vomiting too. I've heard that
you,
helps.
You could actually try to throw up and then see if that actually helps.
Cookbook, yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was about to say.
It's my turn.
I know, but I was about to show it to you.
Johnny, you next?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
either.
John's turn next. Why don't y'all know the order?
We just did because the order's arbitrary. It just happened.
No, it's not. You,
John,
Steve,
you have
me.
your question. I see your question right here.
Where is it?
Right here.
What does it say? That's my question.
Yes.
Yes.
Go.
You're going in order.
Oh, best way to get past procrastination? Just do it. I mean, I know it sounds simple. It sounds simple. Okay, here's a real deal. It's called the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, I think. 5-second rule. Mel Robbins. You can look her on YouTube, get her book. Basically, you have the idea of what you want to do in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start physically moving and go do it. I promise you, it works. It's crazy, but it does.
Do you use lotion during water fast? Absolutely not. Don't use lotion at all. I personally, I moisturize with coconut oil, and that's it. So that's pretty much the only thing that touches my skin. Even my hair, I stopped using,
Quick fire.
Huh?
I said quick fire.
Oh, yes. Coconut oil.
Like, hurry up.
No lotion. Sorry.
How can I increase bowel movement while water fasting? Well, you can use there's herbs that will help stimulate the bowels. The chelation from the Dr. Sebi Small Cleanse package. But there's also other herbs you can find that will do the same thing. You can also do a salt water mixture, which I don't really recommend. But if you're having a lot of issues, you could do that, or you could just chill out and wait. Your body will, if you fast for 10 days, you should have a bowel movement at least by 2 weeks. It'll happen. It will definitely happen.
Let's get this one's real slow. Grapes as a refeed, yes, that's perfect. Sleep apnea, I snored and I had insomnia, and my sleep has improved a lot since I've been fasting. Like I sometimes still trouble getting to sleep just because my body wants to be up late. I want to be up late for whatever reason, but I do sleep a lot better now. And I think the snoring, I gotta see, but yeah, some people snore and it's a lot better too.
I think did something?
John skipped one.
Okay.
I didn't know he's going in order. I'm just looking for questions.
Oh, we're going in order. That's the whole point.
How do you know if you have a fatty liver?
Oh.
I would just I don't have the answer right off the top of my head. I would Google symptoms of a fatty liver, but I think that it is something that needs to be diagnosed. So you can have the symptom of a fatty liver and not have a fatty liver. So I believe it's a actual scan that they physically do of your liver in order to diagnose you with a fatty liver. But you can just look up the symptoms. It's not very common, but it is something that does happen to people.
Aha trip. Yes. Can I boil tap water? I guess for a fast if you run out of distilled water. Do not boil your water. All you do is condense the contaminants that are already in the water. Use sun water instead. If you take tap water, you put it in a glass jar, you put it out in the sun, it will detoxify the water. That's just what the sun does. It breaks down those inorganic chemicals and mixtures.
The woman who said, King Lord Jesus, can you say hi to me? Hi, how are you doing? Also, no, I didn't cry. It wasn't that. It wasn't an emotional thing. It was a spiritual thing.
How long to heal diabetes? What about nerve damage? That's going to be dependent upon the person. John, you have a better answer for that?
I only say 2 months because I went to the doctor again in 2 months, but I started feeling better like a couple of weeks. Like I noticed things were improving very rapidly. I only went, I had appointments, so I had to wait, but I noticed things were improving very quickly. So I would say you'll notice how you feel and you know you're moving in the right direction. So the time's kind of irrelevant. Like just do it and you will get better, period. So just do it. It won't take long.
Should someone who retains water drink a gallon of water a day? Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you? Water's not drinking too much water isn't your problem. You're not retaining water because you drink too much water. You're retaining water because you have some other issue going on. Maybe it's a chemical imbalance. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. But if you retain water and you're fasting, yes, you can still drink your water. If the water makes you uncomfortable to actually drink, slow down, dial down on the water. That's not a big deal. It's just a recommendation. You shouldn't be forcing yourself. But if you really have issues with retaining water and bloatedness and stuff like that, try a couple dry fasts. Throw some dry fasts in there.
My name is Jonathan, spelled Jonathan, so not John. I actually really dislike when people misspell my name because it's a really easy name, especially when it's written and people still misspell it. It really gets to me, just being honest. Thanks for your question.
Have you tried hydrogen peroxide food grade when fasting? Yes, we talked about it and helping to cleanse the tongue. When is your sister going to be live with y'all? Very good question. A lot of people have asked about Siobhan during this whole stream, so she with us like in this type of setting, get us all together.
When she moves here,
woo! Good answer. Somebody get on her.
Get on her.
Recommend how to start your first fast. How do you mentally prepare? Go ahead, Chris.
What?
I'll get answer. So you can start off by doing starting off with like fruit only, cutting out meats, cutting out processed foods, just going with a fruit and plant-based diet for a few days or a week, or doing a juice fast for 3 days to a week, and then moving to a water fast from there.
All right, guys. We're about to cut this one off. We never promised to go through all the questions. We just said
it's so many. Oh my God, they're coming in so fast.
Let me get.
Look, John, you got 3 more questions.
All right. So he said, he asked about the erectile dysfunction. How long? So when I started fasting, for me, I noticed that after a certain point, I think it's after about a week, I want to say 7 days or so, that my ability to have erections went away. I was just like, oh, wow, this is not working. That's because the body was healing. After those periods of healing, it returned. So, and it got to a point where I could have erections while I was fasting 20 days. Doesn't matter. I'm still fine. So I can't really give you a direct number like, oh, this many days and your ED will go away. So like with diabetes, just do it. Just do it until you can do it. Just do the fasting until you can do it, the sex.
Bernice, you know I trim my beard. Don't try to play me. You see this shape up. Look at this shape up on that beard.
You know what I'm saying?
I told y'all I wasn't going to cut it. It's light trim. I got my little scissors and I went snip, snip. He said, snip, snip.
We did talk about it. I told you guys my hair all fell out, but I'm just joking. But yes, I will start growing my dreads. But not until I get to about 185 pounds. So.
It's not TMI because it's real. And that's the thing that I want to encourage you. When we're talking about health and the body and very natural things that happen to all of us, when we're talking about childbirth or sex or how you feel emotionally, these are natural, normal things that we all experience. And as a healthy alternative, it's not just like a healthy alternative, but we're not going to talk about the stuff that should be like, no. We're not going to shy away from that stuff because this is important. And that's part of the problem with, societies. We have to feel like we can't talk about stuff like, well, I'm not gonna go there, but there are some things that are taboo, even certain communities of people that are, we don't typically we don't talk about this kind of stuff. Like, no, we're going to talk about it because it needs to be spoken on. People, you don't know who is going through something and they're afraid to ask a question because they're shy or they're embarrassed about it. So yeah, I'm bearing my soul and saying things that are extremely personal, but also I don't care. You want to know why? Because I want to help you, the person watching.
And on that note,
it is not too late to still apply for the board, by the way, Brianna.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought that it was.
No, I announced it in this last Sunday video that Wednesday was the last day.
Oh, Wednesday's last day?
Now, with that being said, trust me, we will have opportunities for anybody who wants to help. We're not turning anyone down. So if you want to help, if you want to be involved, we're going to be putting together groups and committees, and everyone's role is going to be very, very important. So the board, that's something very business oriented, and for all of y'all who actually want to touch and help people, we'll be putting together committees where you guys will get to interact and really help people. And we will need help with that for sure. We're going to need a lot of people. So because we have 15,000 people on the Facebook group, and I mean, they're trickling in every day. We're done, guys. I know y'all want more questions. I got to cut it off, man.
They just keep coming.
We got stuff to do, man.
Hormone issues. Just look. Some people they say people are like, please answer this one question.
Well, why ain't you super chat?
No.
Well, I guess you should have just super chatted it.
I'm just joking.
It will help. It will definitely help to balance your hormones. But there are other things like doing the liver flush, the Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush by Andreas Moritz. Getting your liver cleaned out, those gallstones will help even more so than fasting. Fasting will help. Getting those gallstones out will be much, much, much better. So I hope that helps.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys. Steven, you have loose skin? No. And yes, we're all brothers. Love you guys. Have a great night. And as always,
John, stop looking at questions.
And as always,
I'm still trying to help folks. I'm like,
hey, man, I know. I don't want to stop, man, but it's come on, man.
Check this out. Check this out. Y'all want to ask more questions? We'll do another live chat, maybe Sunday night or something. Oh, Steve will be gone by then. We'll try squeeze another live chat in.
Well, Sunday afternoon.
We'll try to squeeze another live chat in maybe tomorrow, or we might do one at a weird time.
Ooh,
maybe we might just start one.
We might just randomly.
Y'all better just be ready.
Just stay ready, straight ready,
and only focus on this. Don't go to work. Don't take care of your kids. Don't eat. Don't drink. Just stay on the computer and wait for us. Just kidding. Don't do.
Just kidding. JK. All right, we out.
Peace.
Holla.
And as always, the application of knowledge is power, and we will see you guys next time.